Hey, what's going on? I haven't made a video in a while, but I had a company reach out to me asking if I wanted to try out a couple of their products for a review. And you know what? I said, why not? It's stuff I'm down to try anyways. So I have this box, which I opened already because my wife told me that whenever our stuff gets to a certain area, that's when it should be getting shipped out. And I ordered a pair of tail lights for my new truck, so thought it was that. Anyways, one of them showed up before the other. I got the Epoxy Resin from JDiction, and they wanted me to do an unboxing, so I'm gonna do an unboxing for this and then do an unboxing for the other item I'm getting, JDiction Resin-crete. It's kind of like an epoxy. It's not really epoxy, but it's an alternative, I guess you can say. So once I get that, I'll be making a video for that as well. So let's get into it. All right, so right here on the packaging, it says 100% non-toxic, low VOC, yellow resistant, odorless, high gloss, non-flammable, bubble free. So that's gonna be good. Crystal clear. I still don't know what I'm gonna make with this, but since I do a lot of pens, I'll probably cast some pens, see how that turns out, and then see what else I can do with this. So let's open it up. Okay, so I don't know what all comes in the kit, but inside some silver leaf, I guess, some gold leaf, and we got part A and part B. A user's manual for someone that doesn't know how to use, and a little surprise card. Dear customers, we want to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude for choosing our products. To enhance your crafting experience, we offer you some complimentary resin accessories. We are passionate about creating premium and easy to use products that enable you to unleash your creativity and imagination. We hope our resin products will inspire you to make something unique and beautiful. Thank you again for your support. Have a wonderful resin journey with JDiction. Best regards, JDiction team. So the way that says, I'm guessing you get some gold leaf and some silver leaf, or some gold flake, silver flake with your resin purchase. Now on here, I remember seeing something about 1-to-1, but let's go into the manual. Okay, here it is. Mix ratio 1-to-1 by volume. Working time 30 to 40 minutes. Demold curing time 12 to 24 hours. Curing time may change depending on condition of the light, thickness of work, color, pigment mixing, or working environment. So, all right, we're back. Now we're getting ready to pour into these molds using the JDiction high gloss epoxy resin. Now, with all the other resins I've used, mainly Loomlight, they have the foil cap up on top. This one has a little pull tab. I kind of like that. Let's see. Oh, it's all one piece. That's pretty nice. And I guess once you're done pouring and all that, you can just put it back and it'll keep it nice. So this is 1-to-1 by weight or by volume. So I got these 3 molds. Just basic little molds I got from Michael's. So you got Dream, Family, and Love. I'm gonna pour 16 ounces total, and whatever I have left over, I'm gonna pour some clear into this. Since it says yellow resistant and it's a high gloss, we'll see how it looks like by itself. So let's pour this 1-to-1. Actually, we're gonna go to 12 ounces, not 16. Paper towels. Wipe that off. Let's put this plug back. Part B, same thing. Little plug. Now let's mix it up. It's a little thick since it says it can't be poured to 1.5 inches. I also got this block mold, so we're gonna pour one of those as well and see how that turns out. Let's come back when I start mixing the colors, and because this has a 40-minute working time. It's gonna take a little while before I start pouring, so we'll come back when I'm ready. All right, so I got a little tired while I was mixing, but I'm up here in Washington State, and I think that affected the viscosity of the resin. So what I did, little tip, get some hot water, and you can just mix it like that in there, and it makes it easier, because man, I was getting tired. Now it doesn't say it needs a pressure pot, so I'm not gonna put anything in a pressure pot. I might put the block mold with the pine cones just to make sure all the air within the pine cones comes out. So that's pretty much the only thing going in there. And also, while you're mixing it up, make sure you scrape the sides and the bottom, so that way you don't have any random spots that aren't fully mixed. And take your time, make sure it's properly mixed. If you got air bubbles, if you want to put it in a vacuum chamber, go ahead and do that. I'm not going to. I got a torch for any bubbles afterwards. But if you pour from a high point and make the stream as thin as possible, you shouldn't have to worry about bubbles. And if there are, they'll come up, pop them with the torch, and then go from there. But I've been mixing this for probably 8 to 10 minutes. I think we're good to pour it into the cup. Get it out here. Wipe it dry. Just pour a little bit into this pen mold first, just to knock that out. Leave that there. Pour some in these cups. Well, there was a little flake from, I think, my mixer that fell in there. Try to make them as even as possible. Now, just to be safe too, don't worry about scraping the sides to get off that extra resin. Just let it sit and then peel it off when it cures. So that way you're not worried about non-cured resin in whatever you're making. Okay, so there's that. Let me get some mixing sticks. So for the colors, I'm going with, for love, you think of like a red or something. So I'm gonna go with Eye Candy Pigments Kyoto Red. For family, I'm gonna go with some Aztec Purple. This has a little mixture of blue and purple. And then for dream, you think of a light color like clouds and stuff like that. And I lost the one I was gonna use. It was over here. And for the last one, for Dream, I'm gonna use Eye Candy Pigments Angel Blue. So with this, it's like 15 bucks for a 50-gram jar. You get a lot. I'm not stingy with it. I'm actually pretty generous. That should be enough for that. And if you want to help me out, and if you want to save 10%, you can go on eyecandypigments.com and use code 909WW, and it'll save you 10% at checkout. Last one. I'm gonna stir these up, get them ready to pour. Once we get to pouring, we'll come back. I got the colors all mixed up. Here's the Aztec Purple. You can see a little blue in there with the purple. The Kyoto Red's more of a pink magenta color, but still nice. And here's the Angel Blue, nice light blue. So we'll start with love, start from the top. If I didn't make enough, then oh well, it is what it is. But these aren't big molds, so even if they're thin, it's not gonna be that bad. But it seems like it's gonna fit. And then one thing I've seen, if you follow him, Ben's Works, awesome guy, makes a lot of great things. But any excess you have, just go ahead, pour it into an extra cup, and then make something with it later so you're not just wasting anything. So any excess I got is just gonna get poured into here. I'll go family. If you can see the small stream, that's going to help release the air bubbles. So they're not trapped in there. If you were to just pour like all at one time, it's just going to trap as much air as it can. It's going to be a problem whenever you go to demold it, or if you're sanding it, it might sand through and you'll just have a gap you got to fill. This is one of my favorite colors from Eye Pigments. It's like a color shift, but it's not. You get both blue and a purple in one. Alright, so I won't have extra for that one. Just scrape it off here, back into the actual mold. And finally Dream. This is such a pretty color. All right, we're 2 days later from when I poured this, because yesterday I shouldn't have left it curing in here, but as you can see, it's still pliable. It could be because of how thin it is. I don't know for sure, but I had left it in my house last night to see if it would cure. Still nothing. I mean, it goes right back to where it was. This only bends a little bit like that. That was the only one I unmolded, and then decided to hold off on another day. So let's just continue demolding the rest. That's my first time using a mold like this, so I don't know the best way to get these off. So still pliable that way. Now, okay, where it's thick, it's not really moving, so it's a plus. Now, when using any epoxy resin or any resin at all, always use mold release on your molds, because if you look at this pen blank, I didn't, and it took a chunk out of my mold. But these are nice and hard. And turn these down. This one's nice. This is Black Widow by Eye Pigments. Nice and sparkling. This one I'm gonna turn down. I'm gonna turn it into a bottle opener, and then we'll see how that looks when it's done. And then here's the clear one. It's a little lopsided, it wasn't even. A lot of bubbles. but that'll happen with thicker resins. So if I put it in the pressure pot, you wouldn't see these bubbles and it will be really clear. So I'll probably redo that just to see and then go from there. But I think these all turned out pretty nice. All the colors for it. I mean, this mold, I don't really like the heart. I wish it actually had like an A or something, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna turn these down, polish them up, and we'll come back, finish up this video. Okay, so I did end up going with the bottle opener. Since it has the pine cone in there, I didn't want to have to do a CA finish and not show you what the actual resin looks like. Plus I have some voids I gotta fill. There's a small one here, a small hole, but this is the gist of it. Looks pretty nice. I think so, at least. So I ended up going with the pen just to show off what the resin looks like by itself, all polished up. Here's the before, kind of. You see the blue and the green. Nice color separation if you wait till from 95 to 105 if you use it for that. But here's the pen all turned. Still got that nice color separation. I polished it up. I went from 120 to 320 with sandpaper, 400 to 1000 wet dry sandpaper, and then I went through all the levels of the micro mesh, and then I added some plastic polish to it, which is what gave it that sheen. Overall, I don't know if it's like this everywhere else, but I'm up in Washington State and it's cold up here right now, so the resin's thicker than it probably needs to be, or than it actually is. So if you can, put it in some warm water if you're in a cold area, so that way it can get to thin it up a little bit, and you won't have to worry about getting small voids. Overall, I'm actually happy with it. I don't think it's too bad for what the price is. It's relatively cheap, and it's easy to do 1-to-1 ratio by volume. It's hard to mess up, so I would recommend this if you're just getting into it and don't want to have to go buy a scale. If you're gonna go with the Luminite clear slow, because that requires a scale to pour it by grams. But until next time, we'll see what I decide to make. I got plenty of this left to make some more stuff. I could probably do a charcuterie board. I might end up doing that, we'll see. But check out my other videos. I got videos on how to turn a pan, and then how to cast for color separation as well. So if you want to see those, please do like the video, subscribe if you like. Thanks. But that's all I got for now.